John, I apologize if it's offensive to you, but so Electron and Decker together. Electron being a GUI app, basically lets you run HTML applications GUI window. And basically what I'm doing here is that I want to be able to access the local file system Decker. And normally what you would do is you would run that. Well, Decker has a mode, danger mode, allows you to do that. Danger zone. Enable the danger zone when you file, then can access the file system files. You can run application command, and it works great on Mac. I'm able to compile it from source, but it is not easy to compile Decker source on Windows. So, not easy to. I don't know how to do that. And so I thought, well, it's easy for me to do things in WebDecker, which is JavaScript, easier. I'm much comfortable with JavaScript and C anyway. And so I thought I would try to get this running. This is actually Electron right here. So this is a GUI. This is not a browser. This is a GUI application running in Electron. And I had done this some time ago. Here, hello. Okay, that's weird. Nobody's watching, but it says people are chatting. That's crazy. I don't see any chat. But if anyone does happen to show up, talk, I'll edit this. I actually was thinking of making it a Decker app, right? An actual application in Decker. I've done that before. I made like a object model CRC thing. Dragged a little. This is the cards inside Decker card. Little widgets on. And this is different. This basically the app I'm making it. I want to be able to read CSV files and watch and monitor them. And even in danger zone with the Mac version of Decker, best you can do periodically. And then also, I really want to be able to capture key presses immediately. And Decker has the ability to do that. So this is a Decker card, and you can switch over. Oh, interesting. Okay, so all the keyboard shortcuts are not working in side of Electron. But in theory, you can press F1 and F2 and switch between widgets. So then say this credits thing, and you want to give it a shortcut, you can say C here. Now when I press, go back to interact mode, and I find little dot. When I press C, it take me to the it can take me to the it can trigger the button basically. Okay, I go back. Okay, but what you can't do is like hold a button down and have it repeat the thing, and I would like to do that. So one of the demos for danger zone in Lecter, or sorry, in Decker, is to do that, and I believe the danger zone is. I have to press Control L. It's a listener, and if I say danger, oh, it's nil. This is not a danger enable. So what I will do, fetch a decker web this. That is slow. Or drop frame. Can't reach this. Maybe this can. My audio is terrible again. Okay. Pitches down. Well, if I don't have the docs for okay, let's see. I bet I have the danger zone. Because if I go into Decker directory, so I basically have the Decker source code inside of this thing, inside of this repository, a fork of the. Maybe it's examples, dex. I'm expecting to see danger.dex. Oh, forbidden. Now, when I go into listener, I load this deck, I should be able to say danger, and now danger should. Okay. So that is because the deck is not what it. Okay, Alright, this is not planned very well. Okay, so I'm running in this over here. So I need to ask, I need to regenerate this with. Let's see how this works. Yes, local open. And then need complete AI for which I have no. Oh, it read the agent's thing. Try to do. Sure what that's about? Did add an agent. I don't plan to generate code here. Maybe a little. But what I wanted to do was use ChatGPT text to read the code and understand. I'm telling it to always catch up with the latest version of Decker. Okay. All right. So start. One more time. See if I can. Yeah, YouTube is not. Still says not frame. Guess I'm just not online. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain such viewers will suffer. I don't think this is me doing this. Yeah, it's gonna buffer. I don't know. Like there's anything to report yet. If there's anything good in here, I probably won't. There's still no itch. Is there IO at all? Saw the internet worked. Somewhat. I think I also upgraded PS Studio and now it doesn't crack my head anymore. Okay, well. Anyway, so small. All right, auto-generated thing. Previously, Gemini electron integration. Okay, so please read all the Decker docs repository so that you can answer questions. Most fact-finding mission, not a coding script. Okay. Yeah, I think. So whoever's watching. YouTube. All right, let's see. Just like that. Had a little thing that would track where I did fix the camera in it. All right, where are we at? Goal here is to enable, the first goal, call it how about tasks? Okay, so the first things to do. First thing is enable danger zone, so we can use JavaScript. And that should just be recompile or rebuild web. Oh, that's not how you do it. John Ernest, you need to distribute the danger zone. Right, which you do, because if you go to the if you go Decker site, right? What I was thinking is that if I loaded that site, the if I loaded the forbidden.deck, that I would get the danger zone. That's not it. What actually I need is the forbidden.html version of Decker on the web. And if this were there, to do that. Okay, so what can I do? I don't have a website. Actually, I think that might be on Beyond Loom. But the actual docs might be on the website. Sure. And to find the docs, you have to look for here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here. This is the file I need. Save this file, because in this HTML file, there's a version of Decker that has the danger zone. And the danger zone is things like you get everything repeating exactly what I, because I want to make a cursor on a widget that I want to have a cursor in. All right, so you press Control L to bring up the listener. I see, because it's being hidden by the and then we can say or just say danger, and instead of saying nil here, tell us the danger. We have the danger in. And the way the official way to get this is to compile native Decker in with the danger mode. So then you can access the file system. And when you export a deck from that, you get you get this JavaScript. That's what he did to make this file. Him being John Ernest Decker. So I can just save this file. The directory. I would assume this is the right version. Probably up to everything's on. Whenever he makes. All right, so I'm just going to copy that, and then I'm going to tell Klein, tell cursor codex. Yes, because I'm going to say tell it to what get on this curl curl it their standard form. Okay. Copy it this and say curl and output page 2. Okay, so now I think when I open this, I get the. We'll see. We'll see how this works. I may have to replace the. So now, how do I run this app? Start. have an extra shell. Reflector. Reflector. That is a reference to Hannibal Lecter. Mix of the word reflector, electron. Okay, so now if I open up now the question is, do I have this or not? No. Interesting. I thought that would work. Okay, so then what I need to do is I need to copy the forbidden library on top of wherever this is coming from, which is the question I need. So I've been reading this. Okay. Also, always be load the start of and now need to place the main page that gets loaded with it's annoying that you can't. This thing is very, very slow. Very, very slow. Okay, very, very, very. Okay, so I'm not going to let it do this, but now that I know what to do, I wanted the answer. Basically, I need to edit this line and index. What we should do is call this lector dot move hidden lector how about lector dot and then we'll just take out the cards. Find index dot. I bought like so much RAM for this computer and it was running super fast. Application. Everything's index dot. They made start deck path, not this. Select your deck. Okay. And have to. Okay. Hid the developer. I think this thing. I think the Decker resized to go. Decker takes over the whole screen. It's not easy to embed a Decker in thing. It's not like a component. I think that's one thing I would like to contribute a patch for. Real Decker. All right, but so this should now be the forbidden library, and this should work. Yes. Okay. So now I have keyboard control. Okay. And then also danger. All right. That's there. All right. So I'm trying to think. Do I want to modify the code here? Like how do I want to do this? I think the right way to do this. So one thing we could do is add. So danger has some stuff on it, but I don't know. I guess I could read this documentation. Oh, local store. Jack speed background. Oh, that's interesting. The browser window just this is a separate. This is a GUI window. This is not a browser. This is a GUI window from. I'd never electron. That's kind of cool. Got a browser in it. Browser window. What am I looking for? Danger zone. So it didn't go. Did it go to? Yeah, it was right there. So this all this stuff you get in Manline Decker, like native Decker, if you have the danger zone in it. But I would imagine you don't get the danger.end. And what I'm also curious about is Decker made a blog or something, blog about creating a home Decker, and I want the documentation. Oh, but it's on HIO, so we're probably not going to. Good time. I picked the perfect time. Decker episode. Okay. So this you can download. Like Lilt is a command line tool. It can do all this stuff. It doesn't have the Decker GUI interface, but Lilt can do all this stuff. I think like we probably want all of these in. Oh wait, but these are this is not in the data. I guess I need. I don't know what the right design is. Like you have all these built-in functions. Then should they be this? Should they just be globals like that, or I would think they would want them to be inside the danger zone or inside of a module, which is what the example shows. Like if I look at this code, so this is actually a Decker module, so part of a Decker thing, and this thing go to resources. Either, like these are modules inside of Decker, and so you can take these and copy them, from another to and from another deck. I don't know if you get another button. Have so you can export to another deck, but not. Okay. How that works. If you drag another deck onto this deck, then you are able to pull things out of this deck into that one. I guess that's what. So to move something from this deck to another deck, you open that deck and then drag this deck onto, or drag the file for this. Modify another deck. All right. So the way I think we do this here. Look at this. John explained all this to me. John is a friend. We talk often. Find all this. So callbacks down, up, and he explained it to me, but I have a terrible. So what we're doing is this just creates creates a dictionary called callbacks that has down and up as and event handlers. So from JavaScript, we're going to send callbacks down. So running danger.js, the JavaScript takes this dictionary, which gets converted, so Lil, this language is called Lil, Lil. Lil dictionary right here. I believe the modules deck.modules. Yes, deck.modules kb.callbacks. Okay. Module. there is a called a module interface. I want to find the module. Oh, I see. So not yeah, right. So this is not exposed. Make it exposed. Yeah, I think what you normally do is or what I did for the virtual machine that I made, has something like mod x 5, anything you expose, and at the end you very last line, whatever after all the other stuff you do, you just return mod, whatever you want to call it. So this is what's being returned, and whatever. I see. So rather, yeah, it's not something that's exposed for manipulation outside of this. Can be installed one. Okay. Easy. These are little functions. The dictionary of little functions. Callbacks are functions that take a deck, some some other argument. Oh, I see. They can take whatever you want, and you just pass them, explicitly pass them on. So this is the little stuff. Now, everything from right here down to here is a JavaScript string, or is a little string that contains JavaScript. And so we're passing in two arguments to danger.js callbacks, or sorry, the string, and then callbacks. And the WebDecker interpreter, the web little interpreter, I guess Decker, the WebDecker system is able to serialize. I don't know if it's part of Decker or part of Lil or Web. I don't know if there's a concept of Web Lil as a hard time saying that. Lil as a library that exists. But anyway, some this mechanism allows you to transfer little objects, including functions and references, all that stuff, back and forth between JavaScript runtime and Lil runtime. Be able to track references. So these functions are passed as something that can actually be called as JavaScript functions. And so that's easy. But what do we do here? Like we what is ext? We have a JavaScript console here. Say ext and peek inside. So the way Lil and Decker are implemented is that they are just in the global JavaScript scope. So if I say like bugger here, um, this is another thing if I for this version, because this one is sizable, and because you can pop this dev console. But if you say debugger, just in any Chrome browser-based thing, you get a debugger, and then you be able to see scope, and like we can see everything that's all the like state for Decker. I'm looking. Um, this is all the state for everything that find in both Decker and Lil from the JavaScript. You can make a lot of like setting, like you can change those tools. I believe I'm wrong about this, but I basically every frame turn that off. Toolbars or something. Bars and if we set that to 1 in real time, zero, and if I show the toolbars, I should. Oh, toolbars are not. I see. That's not what it's for. See, like you see, the option to enable the toolbars is gone. So we gotta say toolbars enable 1, and then reload. Ah, okay. Oh, this is the only thing I changed, right? That one thing. So I've somehow broken the state of Decker. Like I'm not in the debugger, right? All right, so start. Not designed for you to do this. Say electron. Oh, I. And when I resize it, oh, could that be it? Oh, I think that was a problem. Like in this size, the reason the toolbars are not enabled. So toolbar. Okay, so toolbar is bar prop visible. They are visible, but they're not. The aspect ratio of this does not allow them to be. Bar visible, false, and then I expect them to just. Maybe because his window is up. See, I don't know enough about the internals to guess why that's happening. Which is why I had ChatGPT Codex read all the code. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. Can you just tell me what variable I need toggle control whether the toolbars are showing or not. And it's gonna have to maybe this because you're writing Lil in the JS console. Oh, hey, John Ernest. John Ernest is here. So guest star. I should turn on Discord and then we. No, I'm writing JavaScript in the JS console. This is this. I'm expecting. I don't know how old that thing was. Message was. All right, so I probably did. No, I'm trying to live code the. Oh, I did. I see. I did. I did write that toolbar enable. And but that didn't toggle it. Toolbar enable does not. I've done this before. This is like the first thing I did when I made this thing was to figure out. I want this to answer my question without asking me if it can look at the code. So how do, toolbars enable? See that's that's Chrome being stupid. Because I typed that. Well, I guess it's not stupid. It just like I typed it, and so I assumed it was part of the. Not inspecting the scope. It's inspecting the scope and also showing me like everything I've ever typed. So if I type banana, you just reference it. And now I type banana again. Okay. Maybe because I did it wrong the first time and I. That's toolbars enable equals 0. And they still don't disappear. I know you can do this. Bars enable. Yes, and don't ask again for this command. So I want to apply a patch. No, I don't want to apply a patch. This is asking me to swap out preload loading remote content, disable node page, and no, I don't want to do this. Ask you to do. Now we can do it. That's what I want. Okay. John is saying if menu, so the menu item that manually controls toolbars is datum. Menu check toolbars. So I load the code. So do this. Bar enable. This is purely just to how things. The code right here. Heads equate. You try to make the code problem with order of my screens. Menu check toolbars, toolbars enabled, toolbars enabled. Maybe if I just say resize window check. Pause the. Huh. Cannot find declaration to go. Because this is decker.c, that's why. Okay. Yeah, well, I see. Don is way ahead of me. Banging his head. Okay, so I want to look at I want and now this is what this is the JavaScript. So the appropriate thing is resize. So this line right here should toggle the. Yeah, it did. Okay, hooray! Okay, I gotta read everything. Okay, man. Computer is just crawling too. I don't know. Copy. And itch is down, so you want to find the doc. So I'm not setting enough frames per second. Whatever. Okay. Bottom line. Go back to the README. Tasks. In this. Then no, we don't need to do this. What we wound up doing was fetch latest for bit HTML. And then all we need to do from here well, I want to yeah, it's fine. I want to save the deck, and when I save it, this will be sorry, I want to make a new deck. File new deck. Because I'm using the forbidden or the danger zone version of where it is of Decker, the HTML itself contains the JavaScript for the danger zone. So this should so now I have a blank document, and I can make my dumb logo again. Oh, I think in this version, oh right, Cool. Selector. Rich text pattern is going to okay, and then this here, edit text, get a heading. Okay, that's our then when we go back to code. All right, so we will save this deck as should be already there. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen here. It should prompt me to download, but I don't know if I have a download thing in electrons. Let's just see. We'll call this lector main HTML because we want to say what happens to it. Okay, we get a save box. So then we will save that to ver lector lector deck. So another thing that I will do is I will get rid of that so that you can just do file save like you can in native deck. That's the other thing I want to, because this is native app, it's just JavaScript. All right, so I wish it would ping me or make a noise. Oh, okay. So all decks are dangerous or have the code to be dangerous, but you say in danger or dangerous equals 0. Dangerous equals 0. Now we'll make this. Oh, sorry. Maybe that only happens at startup. Maybe you can't de-danger it. I would imagine there's or oh, that's kind of so okay. So let's try that. Because that might work better. So instead of deck, we'll call it whatever was here. Okay, so now if I run this, kill Decker. John, do you want to get on Discord so that you can be on screen and talk to me voice? All web deckers have the potential to become dangerous. So this. Oh, so right. So danger, nothing, and if I say end danger, de-danger. I'm not. Oh, end danger. Okay. And it returns nothing. Say danger now. Ah, okay. That's how you make a deck dangerous. Which means I don't question now. Pop up this. That's general. Oh, it failed to. You can't load client into Windows. So we know this and call. All right. My question. In I don't need to ask because it. I'm asking. I want to know about electron. The question is there. I have done this before. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I want to run some JavaScript. I want to call it endanger. No, I don't want to do this. This is too much work. It's gonna be a bunch of work to run. You can't talk directly from Electron to the Chrome area, right? They're two separately walled off JavaScript like runtimes. And so what you do is there's an IPC mechanism. Tabs. All right, so right, so preload runs in the yeah. So this is stuff running in Electron in the backend, Electron world. You create these things, then you pose it as something called IPC. So you can't run JavaScript directly, but what you can do is you can create these. I think that's backwards because the renderer is the what I want to talk to. Oh no, maybe wait. Yeah, okay, wait. This is all backend stuff, and so the backend stuff is telling the renderer what to do. But I don't remember if the main world is the renderer or the backend. I don't know. But so all this is what I did before, and create this thing called IPC. I get it. So the two things are called main and renderer. So these are all the things that main can do. They're like this is the API that you're exposing for the renderer to call. The renderer can say can call these methods, and then where is this file reference? It's been a long time since I did this. I started out making a Electron app with React, and then got rid of React, turned it into web components. I got rid of Electron. I moved it all to the actual web. I haven't touched the Electron stuff months, and I'm not an expert in remembering. Okay, but so basically preload happens. So this is all built in. IPC main, IPC renderer. You don't define these, import them from. then this gives you. I need something like this in the other file. Also TypeScript. I do want to do TypeScript. I don't know about TypeScript. I have preload JS already. It's empty. I need to go in here and get the compiled version. This is not using a build step at the time. I mean, build step. Oh, an electron doesn't do modules? I'm going to ask it to do. Like boilerplate. Generate a very simple IP electron context bridge setup so that I can call danger function in the renderer from the main. This should be a very small amount. I just don't know what. Copy this. Everything is. No, no, no. These just will be minimal of a call danger. Okay, so we need this. So this is what we call which is danger. Word in danger here. Because it's not doing anything yet. Oh, that's interesting. Because I thought you had to do this. I didn't know what this was for. This was just general. I didn't know. Probably much simpler to just dangerous constant be a set or something. Always want access to the danger zone so that you be able to configure it dynamically. But you ought to be able to open any. I want to be able to open any deck and just have this in there. Also, I just want to establish how this works because there are other things that I do need to be able to. So IPC renderer. So okay, so now I think this line is the one I wanted, and I think this is the minimal. And be wrong. Go dot decker. Ah, look at that. So you actually can do it. You can just do this. Okay, let's do this. All right, so you can just execute arbitrary jobs. Okay. So let's try. A JavaScript error occurred in the main process. Uncaught exceptions cannot read properties of fine reading in danger. That was probably went to danger zone for any modules in file system. I haven't decided on that. But I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I don't know. Oh, render. So wait. So expose in main world is for the render. That makes that's not what I want. That just overwrote it. That seems very wrong to me. I think this could be a hallucination. This is what I more think. This is kind of what I was expecting. Come on. So this should just be danger. And this is redundant. Decker down. So here what we do. Web contents. The way I used to do it. New to me. Send a message. Strings. Okay. See, that's why it does that. That zooming at the start. So when it first starts, it loads the HTML file, and Decker is full screen with no toolbars, and adds a toolbar. And then there's 3 frames there. It adds the toolbars and second step, and then third step is it open. So now the question is 0, but danger is okay. So the HTML file had dangerous equals 0, but because I called that thing, the IPC all worked, and I enabled the. Okay, so that's my it. So I set the start deck. Okay, but I still want a blank deck. Redundant. Deprecated. Promise. So it is okay. Yeah. So this should be await. Async. Nope. This should be it. Double check that. So now this should load the one with one that says electron. Empty. Okay. Want that one file. Deck.html. Add that. Add a and load and indent. is dangerous. Redundantly. Oh, what did I just? Not paying attention. I didn't. Ah, I usually use the command. That is not. I want. Okay. What's next? So we have. Don't need to do that. Just enable danger zone. All any deck captured as danger. Okay. So really, the past 900 hours could have just been changing that 1-0 to a, and everything would have worked right off the bat. But got my head back into how electron. Okay, so we enabled the danger zones. That I can mark down, but that's what I use in order. And then the next thing is do. So why did we enable the danger zone? We add some add a JS module, little module. What we want to do, what I want to do, is I also want to, I want to set up IPC in the other direction. Well, all right, so I'm going to have it write the code. I want it to generate, I want it to show me how to do it the other. Okay, so now show tiniest example calling function other direction. How do I expose a add one x one function main world and call it from, or actually from the in the render. I don't know. I don't know that there's the HTML is the renderer. Like the HTML page, does it have direct access? If I go to like is the renderer like the entire GUI thing? Because you wouldn't want to just be able to display. Right. IPC main does not exist here. right? So that's what this is going to show me how to do. It's going to show me how to, because you can't just directly talk to the electron infrastructure. You have to be able to. You're basically exposing something called like window.ipc, and then that. So there's like three contexts, three JavaScript sandboxes. All right, so in preload, please. Fine. Find that term. Find all the. The main process is boot your app, creates browser windows, process form. Renderer process, separate process per window. Okay. Sandbox is configured. IPC renderer to talk to main. Isolated world, a separate JS context in the same renderer process. Preload world when context is true, has its own global and can't directly touch the page's window. Preload script runs before the page in an isolated world. Yeah, but what does mean expose in world? That sounds like it's exposing something to process, but you're telling me it exposes add one to the render created process in a renderer. Main world is the web page's own JS context. Okay. That's dumb. Okay, so main world is the page. Got it. Oh, so it's a Chromium term. Okay, so main world is the page. That makes sense. Right here. Save this. The auto reload. Maybe because I was using Next.js. Unable to load preload. Be accessed context isolation. Okay. That was the change that it wanted to make for me. That is injected. First reload. Control shift. Maybe I just need to restart it. Whole process. Yeah, because it's when you create the window, and I'm just refreshing the window. That code did that. Now try that again. Now I would expect to see, oh, in danger is not defined. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay. Okay, so table. No, I turned on context isolation. Okay, so right, so now I need to do something different here. Okay, so now I can call three and get four back from 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 main world, but just because I turned on I think that I also think I'm not getting Decker is being called at the wrong. Okay, maybe I don't need to solve this because it's already explicit. Danger not defined. Not working. Now, world can't run of the preload world. Can't directly touch the page's window. So it just uses execute JavaScript. I bet you can say, I bet you can say directly what I did before. I expect this. Again, I have to start this way the windows. Errors in the console, but also Didn't show the toolbars. I know why. I think I know why. Because this is not right. This is not bind to the right thing. So JS. I need to bind. I need it. I need it to have these parentheses. The this not for this. It's not bound to the right thing. Okay, so async to. I would expect to see. Okay, so everything's dangerous. Okay. Can't actually do this thing. World. Several of them. Isolated. Timeless. Yep. Okay. Prototyped how to call a function. Typed. IP call. Call node from okay. Now what? Now we need to be able to call. Here's the plan. So we need to be able to establish, right? Expose basic API from node. Write and expose. Write basic API. File or danger. we want to like an IPC guy from Node. Want want to read path upper. Want to write path data string or buffer. Later others. To do this, so what we'll actually do is copy the basic guy, copy the existing JS function. I think these they exist. REPL that. I don't know what's it. Oh, but I don't want write CSV. I want read. Fire FS. Okay, yeah. So this is what I want. I want this read dir sync. Should be a read write. Basically, I want to expose everything from REPL.js. But I can't. I don't want to expose it. I need to port everything here, right? Because I need to. I need to take these functions, put them on the main process. And then I expose IPC, and then in the Lil module, I use the IPC. Basically, I have to write a. I can probably copy and paste these as is. Like, yeah, so what I'll do is I'll copy this part out. I'll copy the implementation over to backend, and then this stuff, if I wanted to expose it just as like global names in the shell, then I could do that like in the listener Lil by doing this. So this code is adding stuff to Lil. But what I really need to do is also add like the actual implementation wouldn't be this. It would be like be what this is not enough. so confused. I think IPC main. Okay, so the add one example only calls executes in preload, but I need what I actually need for preload expose main world f, where f is a function that calls a node function that accesses. Well, I mean, let's just try it. You say node. Like, I don't even know how to phrase the question because it says fire the import rs syntax. Text, but you can't do it. Okay. We have this thing called fs. Say fs do dir. Read your sync. Oh, probably this is probably this REPL. Where's dir? This code, this exact code right. Well, hang on. Still not that simple. I really just want this because I can't. I want this, then I call this in the main process. I do this mapping because these functions only exist in little. So I have to separate this into 3 pieces. 2 pieces? 2 or 3 pieces. So I think this can go in preloads. I think we can call const fs fire fs is a weight import. But this is like the pre-async version. fs. Now we can say close in main world. Call this JSDR. And it's fs.read given a path fs.read sync path. Call this fs. IPC. Basically, if I can get this to work, then I'm gonna call it a night. Window IP dir ver selector. Yeah, look at that. Okay. In that case, tell okay, so W exit. We don't need IPC. Be able to write, read, write, exit, and write does write binary. Call write text. Text. WTF for write text. I gotta call it that. And so that would be fs write text code. Path and right file txt in write text, write bin. I guess we have some logic here we have to do to read. I only need. I don't know if that U. Real? Yeah, because it worked. Like why? Why isn't it capitalized? Get rid of the bin. An E and O, basically status and here should be yeah. So I see that is it. Not familiar. Say pass in. Gonna capture everything. Not read. Pass in a list of the microphone is right in my face and I can't screen very well. So it prints X. All right, so it's a list, but it captures the first item of. So really, we just want a single string, right? Command is a string, so yeah, it's just a string. And is fs does require child process. Okay, C dot sec okay, so we want this. Output is empty, error is 0. I'm going to try and then try catch error, paste this in. It says will make dictionary turn each of those into a string. So basically, I'm just going to return this. So return a dictionary with those things. That's the end of the function. That's the end of the enw. Okay, and we can get rid of add one. So dear read text, write text, and shell. And I don't think these exist yet. I think again. Okay. I don't know if it has been even remotely comprehensible. But let's see if this works. This works, but this should continue to work. And then say shell. Let's do ls of that. Because it's not a Unix machine. Uh-oh. How about just dir? Not working. Okay. Getting an error in the... I'm going to try this again. I feel like I have to restart this process. I don't know. Yeah, there's no binding in E. Okay. Missing something. This should do something. turns a buffer. I didn't copy something. Didn't copy. I see. O equals. And if there's an error, then we said O. So I was messing these optimistically select the output. I'm gonna print down log and log. Oops. I'm not gonna restart this. I'm gonna just run this. Happens. I do need portal is run it. On thing no. If I say window, I'm testing. I don't have an intuition about when I need to. First of all, I didn't bring there. So yeah. Ooh, that is not what I expected. I was not expecting text to show up here. So we got a buffer, and now we need to normally decode that with it. John is the element. So this right here, the key is converted into S is converted in S converted. But I guess a little string be a list of bytes. Like, so this the wrapper here gives it a type code so that the little interpreter literally it takes X the string counts wraps it gives it a type in about. That's not what I was looking for. I was looking for whatever we turn it into string. String? Maybe we don't need like maybe this is the right behavior. I can. Oh, my youngest girl, we asked her how you spell no, and she say that quite a bit. E spells no. String? Is that it? Probably D. Turns from bytes, so string from check code. I don't know. Do I turn in array to a text decode? There was a text decode. Oh well, I can do it in the browser. I can. Can I do it again? Yeah, yeah, okay. You can call it. I type it all the time. I thought maybe it was. Okay, so this is. Where do I put this? If I can reuse that. I think we send the buffer back. So I think this actually should do coding should on the might actually want binary output. That might want the binary. Anyway, we're gonna say oh UTF. Actually, let's here logging it. Now I would expect Decker intercepts this. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. That's I don't you don't need to say. Oh, so yeah, almost 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'm going to stop. But the next task will be to update my next task. Copy port REPL and mark all together. Wait text. L R okay. Copy from done. Now we write danger in write a danger zone module. Yes. Danger dot markdown. Link. That's it. So okay. Background. Yeah, okay. So that's enough. I'm gonna rename this to do.text. And actually add it to Git. This is what I changed. Preload. Expose code stuff render world for shell stuff. Like I'm leaving the note to myself in the and then track the two. Okay. This is github.org. Or no, this would be tangents. Yep. Just for just to be snarky. Uh, I'll open. Do one more stupid thing. I had that little picture, right? Copy this. Let's see. Card. Copy card. That's my logo, right? File. That deck. Credits. Okay. Uh, File. It's a file save as. Doesn't matter what we call it here. Because now it's gonna want to go to the vector on. Interesting. It does matter what you call it. So you're gonna say foo.html. I guess I could have said all files and then, but I want to save it as HTML. The choice matters. Again, D for electron doesn't remember what directory I went to. Save that. There's nothing in that deck. And I think this one might be dangerous. Okay. Okay, so now I think if I quit, restart, last time, I should get that logo and then it should still be a dangerous deck. And other things that I want it to start up here and be that size. But I'm not gonna do that. So there we go. We got a fun little logo. Click on it. Stolen from John Ernest. Guided tour. That's your tour. Okay. So I just want to double check. Dangerous. You can run that. So next time I do this, camera not expose those IPC things to Decker. Now they're exposed to JavaScript, we'll expose Decker. Then we will be able to do all super dangerous stuff from WebDecker or from one last thing. Check this file. Back to change file, and if I double click on it, I should see image, encoded image. Add it to the card. Oh, there's a lot of stuff on here. Um, copy the lector. Need to get like a little strip Hannibal Lecter, Hopkins, Mads Mikkel. Put them up here. Okay. Anyway, enough rambling. I'm done. Thanks for watching, everybody who was watching, and see you again soon. I don't know if I'll record the next part of this or not. And this is up on GitHub, GitHub Tangent Storm Lector.